When we lose them, oftentimes there's this feeling of regret. Maybe they'd still be here today if I would have made some different choices. My cousin died by suicide in January of 2013. My cousin was alcoholic. I knew he was going through some struggles, but I just wasn't comfortable having that conversation with him.
I believe that a lot of the addictions come from trying to cope with the mental health side of things, whether it is depression, whether it is abuse.
And the relationship is rather complex. And when it starts very early on, is not only a sign or a symptom of mental health problems, it can also bring its own mental health problems. The dual diagnosis, we often call it, of substance abuse coupled with either major depression, anxiety issues, as well as psychosis, is a very challenging problem. There are not enough centers for youth that specialize either in detox facilities, rehabilitation, or unfortunately on dual diagnosis.
My daughter was about to be born, and I knew that I was nowhere near being the dad that I wanted to be, and I needed to deal with demons and and the alcohol and drug addiction. What we know now from the developing brain is direct link to addiction and mental health concerns. I can't tell you how many times when I was rollerblading across the country, I had parents coming up to me telling me that they lost their son or daughter to suicide, not finding out till after what went on in their life. Kids just don't grow up wanting to commit suicide.
The statistics on suicide are absolutely staggering. It's the second leading cause of death among young people between the ages of 10 and 24. So we have to have a really serious conversation about how we're going to deal particularly with the suicide issue.
Écoute, il y a eu une tentative de suicide. Fait que là, la pression avec le travail, ce qui va pas bien. Sa femme qui le laisse, les 3 jeunes enfants, il est tout seul avec ça. Fait que c'est pas évident. Tu sais, quand tu travailles de nuit, essayer de trouver des gardiennes, c'est dur. Là. De vivre des séparations avec une pression comme ça au travail en plus, lui, il a essayé de s'enlever la vie. Il y a quelqu'un au travail qui parlait avec lui souvent sur Facebook. Il a essayé de communiquer avec lui, il n'a pas été capable. Fait qu'il savait qu'il s'en venait quelque chose. Fait qu'il a appelé l'ambulance, puis ils ont sauvé la vie comme ça. Là.
The ultimate cost of a mental health issue is suicide. And it's one of the things that people don't want to talk about. The chances are if you've got an 18 to 21-year-old, you're going to lose that child in a car accident. That's the #1 cause of death. But if they're part of the LGBTQ community, suicide becomes the leading cause of death. It's a scary topic. But the fact is, we lose talented young people in Canada to suicide for no reason. You got NHL players who deal with these same issues. Guys that have everything, have the same problems you have, and we deal with them just like someone in your workplace will help you.
There's a stigma surrounding mental illness and suicide. And because there's a stigma, we're not talking about what our biggest challenges are. We're also not talking about what our solutions are. That's why I think it's important for young people to be having these conversations, and us as adults and leaders and mentors in the community to be having these conversations with young people, is because that's when they're building their perspectives.
There are people who love you, there are people who believe in you, and if you're experiencing depression or anything around that side of things, get in touch with someone. There are people who can help you. So that particular segment where suicide is such a high risk, get help. We can help you. People will reach out to you.
You know what? There's a ton of people living in recovery and a ton of people living healthy lives with mental health issues, addiction issues, and doing well and have found a way out. We need to hear more of those stories. There is hope and there is a way to get your life back and be healthy and be present all the time, and we need to hear more of that.